I often wonder, is it better to be a specialist or a generalist? In primary school, my report cards were appalling and my parent-teacher meetings were horror stories. When I was in class 4, my mother looked at me and said, "You have almost failed at maths." So I worked on it and got better at maths. The next year she said, "You have terrible grades in science." 2 years later, my academic results were better. Then my mother said, "You need to do well in sports too." What did they want from me? What did I want for myself? As I grew, both in age and size, I decided for myself that success lies in being a generalist. If you are good in multiple areas, like my mother wanted me to be, an all-rounder, then success will be yours. So I worked hard, survived school and university, and landed my first job at the company Siemens. The first question my manager asked was, "What is one thing you are really good at?" "Business," I said. He said, "You didn't quite get me. What one thing in business, like marketing, HR, finance, IT, supply chain, etc.?" At this point, I realized, what if I had got it wrong? What if true success is actually being a specialist, knowing your craft in detail in a narrow field? I was confused. Again. My father was a doctor. What would he say? He said, "At first you study general stuff about medicine, you become a general physician, and then you specialize in one area and you become a specialist." I could relate to this as I completed my PhD in business, focusing on a very specialized topic, whereas my bachelor's and master's covered broad areas. So maybe, yes, success means going from being a generalist to being a specialist. But going from a specialist to a generalist also makes sense. For example, in terms of human resources, an employee with multiple skills will be preferred. So, maybe I was right at primary school that real success lies in transforming from being a specialist to a generalist. Now, my research is looking at this ball of confusion from an organizational point of view. Just like us, organizations first develop a single core competency, something that they are really good at. When organizations grow, they expand their competencies and develop multiple core competencies. I am still growing, both in age and size. I'm not sure I ever figured out which path leads to success for the individual, and I'm still exploring what it means for organizations. Does success lie in being a generalist or a specialist? I'm still wondering. What do you think?